In his book, A Cotswold Village, published in 1898, Joseph Arthur Gibbs writes, "The village of Ablington is not 100 miles from London, yet far from the madding crowd's ignoble strife. A green, well-wooded valley, in the midst of those far-stretching, cold-looking Cotswold hills, it is like an oasis in the desert. Up above on the wolds, all is bleak and dull. The air up there is ever chill. Walls of loose stone divide field from field, and few houses are to be seen. But down in the valley all is fertile and full of life." It is here that the old-fashioned villagers dwell. The hand of man seemed in some bygone time to have done all that was necessary to render the place habitable, but no more. There were cottages, bridges, and farm buildings, but all were ivy-clad and time-worn. The author could have been describing any one of countless Cotswold villages, untouched by the passage of time and where old traditions still held sway. But things were beginning to change in this timeless corner of England. A spider's web of newfangled railroads now connected the main towns and many of the villages, and visitors from far and wide were starting to discover the charms of the Cotswolds. Gibbs himself had arrived in Cirencester by train, although it was a traditional form of transport that captured his imagination. I was fortunate enough to secure an outside seat on the rickety old horse bus which plies between Bampton and Burford, and was soon slowly traversing the white limestone road, stopping every now and then to set down a passenger or deposit a parcel at some clean-looking stone-faced cottage in the straggling old villages. It was indeed a glorious morning for an expedition into the Cotswolds. 6 weeks' drought had just given place to cool, showery weather. A light wind from the west breathed the fragrance of countless wildflowers and sweet may blossom from the leafy hedges, and the scent of roses and honeysuckle was wafted from every cottage garden. After a month spent amid the languid air and depressing surroundings of London, one felt glad at heart to experience once again the grand, pure air and rural scenery of the Cotswold Hills. What strikes one so forcibly about this part of England after a sojourn in some smoky town is its extraordinary cleanliness. There is no such thing as dirt in a limestone country. The very mud off the roads in rainy weather is not dirt at all. Thick though it undoubtedly is, it consists almost entirely of lime, which, though it burns all the varnish off your carriage if allowed to remain on it for a few days, has nothing repulsive about its nature like ordinary mud. But the age of steam was starting to affect everyday life in ways not everyone appreciated, as these items from the Gloucestershire Echo reveal. Cheltenham time, so far as its clocks and watches are concerned, is about to be brought into conformity with London time. The inconvenience experienced by having the railway time or travelling time determined by that of Greenwich is much greater than was imagined when the change was first suggested a year ago. The alteration is to take effect from Monday next, when the town and church clocks will be all set 8 minutes 16 seconds in advance of the real time. Sir, it is disgraceful the way that our lives are put at risk during innocent excursions around the countryside in dog-carts or on horseback by farmers using steam too close to the roads. My horse bolted the other day as a loud roar of steam was released from such an engine located just beyond the road, causing my life to be put in peril. What is England coming to? It was against this background of impending change that Joseph Gibbs and his contemporary Alfred Williams set out to record many aspects of life in the Cotswolds in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Their recollections, combined with photographic records and archive film, provide this unique opportunity to look back at the way we were.